Oh, here we go.
You are listening to the only show where a former police officer, alongside a current law school student, tackle politics, the legal system, and corruption. The show, known around the world as Qualified Immunity.
Why did you ask me if this is going to be depressing? I never do a depressing episode.
I mean, what you told me earlier sounded a lot more depressing than this title is. Although this is still kind of depressing. I mean, considering.
Considering what?
I'm part of everyone, so.
Oh yeah, we're all getting screwed. So
are we winning?
Backstory to this is, in case you do not know this, we record these at night. We were recording later at night because I was busy watching my favorite baseball team of all time, the Los Angeles Dodgers. And in case nobody knows this, the Dodgers have not won a World Series since 1988. They went in 2017 and got beat by the cheating Houston Astros. They went in 2018 and got beat by the cheating Boston Red Sox. They lost in the playoffs in 19 to the Nationals, who ended up winning the World Series. And this year, with the hottest hitting team and the most offensive team and yada, 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 they're probably, I don't know because I didn't watch into the game, but unless a miracle happened, they're down 3-1 to the Atlanta Braves. And I looked up in the middle of this and I'm like, we're never going to win a series. I was born in 1990. The Los Angeles Dodgers have not won a World Series in my lifetime.
Look on the bright side. At least you weren't born in 1988.
Oh, it would have been, yeah, because they won in October and I would have been born in November.
Yeah. So at least you know it's not you.
It's not, yeah. I gotta go find who was born in November of '88. Good Lord. Anyway.
Don't kill anybody, Greg. Sacrifice.
I mean, what's that creepy place, Alex Jones? Bohemian Grove. I mean, Bohemian Grove is in California.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
So is that like they need to ratchet up the human sacrifice or ratchet it down?
I don't know. They need to not let Clayton Kershaw never mind. This show is not about baseball. I love Clayton Kershaw and I'm a diehard Clayton Kershaw fan until October 1st because once October 1st hits, it's like, oh yeah, I remember what it's like, to be tied 1-1 and just start throwing them softballs in the middle of the plate and watch people jack home runs. Anyway, I made the comment. We're never gonna win a series in my entire life. I guarantee I'm gonna die in September, and then all of a sudden in October, the Dodgers are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, let's go win a World Series." I mean, I'm going to be watching from whatever afterlife that there might be, ecstatic and at the same time screaming because they couldn't freaking do it when I was alive. And then a friend of mine called me.
Oh my god.
And I was on the phone with them for a little bit.
Oh no, wait, I was in here for that.
Yeah. And it dawned on me.
Trump's gonna win the presidency.
Probably. Oh yeah, what do you think about the side note?
Oh my gosh.
What do you think about the whole Biden laptop thing?
No comment.
It is the biggest story out there right now.
Was that today? That was today, right?
That's been the last 2 or 3 days. It's still going.
I've been too busy to actually look into it very deeply.
It supposedly, in 2019, a MacBook Pro was left at a computer repair facility and abandoned, which just happens to have pictures on it of Joe Biden smoking crack. Or sorry, not Joe Biden. Hunter. I almost said Bo, but I don't want him to flip out on me like he did in the middle of a debate. Don't you talk about my son? Like, bro, he was talking about Hunter.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Sorry, not Bo.
I mean, that was a nice I'll give Biden this. That was a nice spin for somebody who's missing Jello time at the local nursing home. But
Did you see the Trump post? I think it was it on Instagram?
with the nursing home that
Yes.
morning,
Biden for resident.
yeah. And at that point, you realize our political system in America is so screwed.
I mean, I knew that before that, but
Which, I mean, that's part of what I'm going to talk about. Is every side thinks they're winning. The Republicans think they're winning because of Trump. The Democrats, ironically, think they're winning because of Trump. You go down the list, even down ballot races. Like,
I will say this: the Libertarians are probably the most realistic of anybody
Which is
interested
the-
in national politics.
which is, how do I say this nicely? Skirt, I never say anything nicely. When the Libertarian Party and the Libertarian system as a whole is the most realistic thing in politics right now,
That's funny. That's great.
we're screwed. Not that I don't enjoy it, but we're screwed.
But you've seen the meme that it's two people arguing, and it's like my team's going to beat your team, my team's going to beat your team, and then it shows
Well, if you're a
Libertarians.
Dodgers fan, you understand that.
At the bottom, it shows Libertarians, and it says we're going to lose, and the other one says, I know.
Yeah, I know.
I don't
I know. But it's 2020, and the problem is with 2020, if Joe Jorgensen squeaks out a freaking state, I'm going to cry on election night. I don't know whether it's tears of joy or tears of what in the hell just happened.
I guess Sober October will be over by then, so
Yeah.
you know if you want to.
Oh my God. Jorgensen squeaks out of state. They're like, yep, it's over. Like, it's 100% over. I just. Oh, and for some people that decide to listen or watch this, yes, it's the most libertarian thing in the world to argue about who's more libertarian, because that's what we do. Welcome to Reddit Live.
They said we were basically the meme, which
We totally are.
we are.
I'm just more libertarian than you are.
I have to say that's kind of a compliment because I love memes, and to say that I am a meme, oh my goodness, I should have been more grateful for that.
Hey, I went up 1.8 million spots today. It's the brightest part of my day.
Don't talk to me.
Are you actually salty about that? What?
Memes. Are you a winning son? I'm sorry.
Son, I tell you.
Oh my god.
You got more screws loose than a hardware store in a tornado.
Whoa. Why are you like this?
I really wonder if this has something to do, though, with that up and down. Because one of those downs was like a week that our host just, I couldn't get anything to work. And they're like, so like 3 podcasts or 4 from that week all dropped in one day, and all of a sudden my numbers on IMDb go back up. And I'm like,
You think there's a cross section there of people that listen to your podcast and people that watch your movies?
I don't know. I've only been in a couple. And dude, if I break the top 500,000, you're not going to talk to me, but I probably wouldn't die.
You're gonna have to buy my friendship.
I'm not even going to tell you. So, for those people that don't know, IMDb has a star meter, star nest. I don't know what they call it.
Is this visible to everybody or just?
I think it's just me. I don't know. Look me up on IMDb.
Well, what do you think I'm doing, Greg? Come on.
Do you have an IMDb?
Shut up.
That was a legit question. I didn't know.
It wasn't. You knew it wasn't.
I didn't know if you had one.
Greg Engel, IMDb. That's in Google. That's not like IMDb. That's at
Yeah.
the top.
Wow.
Yeah. There you go.
Apparently.
I shouldn't have shown you that. I don't need to feed this.
Somebody at work found it though.
For some reason, it automatically opened your photo gallery, and there was your face.
You tired of seeing my face? Don't answer that. Look, it's not my fault I'm more libertarian than you.
I oftentimes make the comment, I don't know why you're still alive. Usually it's after your wife and you talk.
It's truly after I say something to my wife and you're just looking at me like,
How are you not dead?
how are you not dead? Is this the point where I see you get aggressive?
Another conversation we had before this.
You just need to breathe a little bit and relax. Have you tried DMT?
Okay, the first half of that was me. The second half was not.
Oh,
I have to become a member to see Greg Ingles Star Meter.
Star Meter, that's what it's called. Anyway, I went up almost 1.9 million spots in the Star Meter last week.
I'm not paying for that crap.
You have to pay for IMDb?
A 30-day free trial.
Oh.
I guess you don't have to pay for it if you just merit yourself in.
Well, you see what had happened was.
Stop talking. What are we supposed to be talking about?
How we're all losing. Think about this. And you said it perfectly, the most realistic party right now in the United States of America is the Libertarian Party. And that turns into, we're going to lose. I know.
The really sad part is most of us don't care.
No.
I mean, we would love to win, but we're going to lose and we're still going to vote for it.
Here's the problem, and I thought about this the other day. So, when they run this hypothetical rabbit hole,
Oh dear.
it's
Different hypothetical. Law school hypotheticals are different. Run this hypothetical. Go ahead.
say Joe wins. Jorgensen.
Joe, not Joe.
Joe, not Joe.
Yeah.
Say JoJo wins. Does it not become a moral conundrum issue? See my point?
Not for me.
Libertarians don't think executive branch should have as much power as it does.
The president is not the only problem here. Come on. You know this.
I'm sitting thinking about that. Abolish the ATF, abolish this, abolish the IRS. You have the power to do it, do it. The exact power that you have whined, griped, and bitched about.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Well, this is the really fun part. You're back to Jefferson in 1803. Is it 1803?
Yes.
When he made the Louisiana Purchase?
Yes.
And his big conundrum for a couple of weeks was like, I don't know how to do this because I don't have the constitutional authority to actually do this. And he was like, oh, it's a treaty. I'm just buying land.
That was the same. It's a treaty.
Yeah. And he did it. And then crap just ran downhill from there. It's just.
But Jefferson's like your hero.
He is. I feel like this is a lesson in the fact that nobody's perfect.
Jefferson.
Not Jefferson, not Aaron Burr. Just nobody's perfect.
I also don't understand. Didn't Aaron Burr kill Hamilton?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
I don't know. I just think it would have been nice to see Hamilton die naturally. See what he would have done if he would have lived. What?
Are you a Hamilton?
No. But I mean, I'm a fan of the musical.
Okay, well, that's a separate problem.
The Bravo show Hamilton? Yeah, I'm a fan.
What? I don't think Hamilton died soon enough. But that's just me. The only thing that Burr did wrong was waited too long.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is at the moment where Lucas decided to purchase a helicopter.
No. I mean,
and he became a sovereign citizen of Kyrgyzstan.
I can admit that, Burr should have done it sooner and still be a pacifist. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Somebody asked me the other day what my political stance was, and I thought, a lot of people probably need to die, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not encouraging anybody else to either. Like, if you want to be a pacifist,
that's not how this works.
Definitely with
that is
you.
not how any of this works.
But,
that even. How did you get into law school? Because that doesn't make sense. That's how.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
What is law school? Mental gymnastics. What am I good at? Mental gymnastics.
I would call that mental gymnastics. What I would call that, I'm not going to call it on air.
Okay.
Just for the sake of, I don't think I want a lawsuit from every law student in the country. You 1% generalized us and made it slander.
Just roll 12b6. That's not an actual cause of action.
Oh, okay. I'll write that down in my black book. Which is funny because I actually carry a black book.
You know who else had a black book?
Who?
Hitler.
Oh, shut up. Hitler had a black book too.
Hitler drank water. You know who else drinks water? Actually, I don't think you do drink water. I've never seen you drink a glass of water, so never mind.
I drink tea and coffee. And when I'm tired of tea and coffee, I drink tea and coffee. And then when I'm tired of tea and coffee, I drink coffee and tea.
I'm sure Hitler drank beer.
Warm beer too. He was German.
Yeah. I've seen you drink beer before.
Yeah.
I'm starting to worry. And you know I don't drink beer.
Yeah.
We drink liquor at my house. What?
Before this turns into a very bad rabbit hole, you said liquor. And I just went, oh. What? Sorry.
Never mind.
We're all losing. Apparently, we're all losing. If you're listening to this podcast, you're apparently losing too, because you listen to two losers literally talk about politics.
I mean, they're at least losing their sanity.
But you've got to think about that, though, of going, I get it. I was talking about sports, and in all reality, sports is totally pointless to the rest of the world.
I'm glad you at least realize that much.
I get it. It's human nature to be tribal, and teams make you tribal, and it's why sports works.
That's also why politics doesn't.
It's also why politics doesn't. And the problem is we become so tribal that everybody thinks they're winning. Like, you had tribalism and being delusional, and all of a sudden you have this very odd conundrum of well, it seems right, it looks right, it smells right, it's got to be right. And the irony is that everybody is so damn determined right now to take their side and to win for their side that, and I'm not saying, before, I'm going to preface this with, by what I'm about to say is not an indication that I believe Hillary Clinton would have been a better president, because I don't. Donald Trump should have never been president based off his lack of character. Oh God, you're counting again.
Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, Barack Obama, John McCain.
See, like the whole Barack Obama thing, that's iffy.
I'm just going through and thinking who should never have actually been up for president, because
I can see the argument for Barack Obama. I can see Barack Obama.
I don't know.
See, that's what people give me a lot of crap. I like Barack Obama as a person.
I think with as much stuff as came out, I just think there's a lot more that we don't know about.
Oh, but I think that goes all the way back to
True.
1960. That goes back to November 22nd, 1963. At minimum.
But see, with Hillary Clinton, with John McCain, I at least knew this is a bad idea. Like a really bad idea.
Yeah.
With Obama, it was like I don't know what's going on here.
I can see that. I can wholeheartedly see that. Because you're talking about Was he a first-term senator?
I want to say yes.
Yeah. He was a first-term U.S. senator that ran for president of the United States and won.
Yeah. Until 2008, I didn't know who he was. Like, I had never heard of him before.
Well, see, one of my favorite shows, and I'm going to get a lot of crap for this. One of my favorite shows in the entire world was Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
And
sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
It's just, I love Gilmore Girls. To this day, I love Gilmore Girls.
Okay.
The very end of Gilmore Girls, Rory goes off to, she graduates, I think, from Harvard. I don't know if she went to Harvard or Yale. I know her grandfather went to Yale, so I'm pretty sure she went to Harvard. I don't remember. But she graduates Harvard and goes to work for this upstart senator running for president, Barack Obama.
Okay.
And at the time, that's how I, like, because it was still primary season.
Right.
And that's how I knew, that's how I figured out who Barack Obama was to the Gilmore Girls. I live a very interesting life. And I'm happily married with 2 kids before any comments start coming in about anything else.
I wasn't going to go there, but okay.
Oh, a lot of people go there. Especially when they're like, what's your favorite movies? And I'm like, Star is Born, Pitch Perfect. Pitch Perfect 2.
See, I don't, I mean, I'm not going to question your, like, sexual preference. I just think you have poor taste in, movies and TV shows.
I don't understand how you don't like A Star is Born.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just, it's not my favorite movie.
Oh my god, it's so inspirational.
Okay.
I mean, that's why some of us go up 1.9 million spots a week. Sorry.
Someday I'm going to be at the top, and you know why? Because I don't give a crap. I don't know what I'm going to be at the top of, but don't. I've been around you too long.
Oh, man.
I'm glad I caught that one before you.
Yeah, you did, because you set that one up wide open. I officially nominate you to run for governor when you're old enough.
Oh, okay.
I did not go.
Top of the garbage heap. I can take that. I mean, that's
King shit on Turd Island.
that sounds like me.
It's your island. But you got this moment of time of how this is what I don't understand. And I think this is why I don't understand and why it confuses me so much. I don't want to actually believe that the human race is that incompetently stupid. Because first off, if you believe any poll you ever read after 2016, just stop.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Well, I've heard this before, and I really am starting to believe it. I didn't believe it when I heard it. In groups, probably, yeah. Individually, they're not that stupid.
But
if you can get them out of the group, out of the party system, and then shut off their TV, they're fine.
Well, keep running. Shut off their TV.
Like I'm not joking. That's the TV is the biggest propaganda machine in the U.S.
Oh, I 100% agree with that. But you're also TV and social media, because it doesn't have to be true on social media.
Yeah.
At least in TV and journalism, there has to be a shred of truth. You can't just blatantly walk.
Are you joking?
Shred. I said shred. You can twist and maneuver and play mental gymnastics.
One thread in the entire sweater.
Yes. But there's still recourse versus somebody goes live on Facebook.
Yeah.
And you see 10 seconds of a 45-second ordeal.
Yeah.
Well, perspective is everything, and you don't have it all.
What's the picture? It's like one picture is of somebody. It's a silhouette of somebody stabbing someone, and then it zooms out and it's somebody running away.
Yeah. But you've got this moment of time of like, excuse me, I don't want to believe people are actually that delusional. I don't. Because I'm. And I will say this. I know of a decent amount of Trump supporters.
Mm-hmm.
I say Trump supporters. I'm just going to say Republicans. Who aren't really supporting him anymore. I don't. Like they haven't openly come out and said it, but you
Okay.
start seeing things and certain phrases and certain trains of thoughts and certain
Yeah.
word paths, and you're like,
Yeah. Well, and before I got kicked off of social media, that's one of the things that I actually enjoy doing was looking for phrases that the sites were using, because you can pick them up and they don't realize,
100%.
they don't realize
they're
they're
doing
using
it.
them. But you could usually tell in conversation, even if it's not political, where somebody fell just because like one phrase would come up.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, oh, you watch Fox News, or oh, you watch CNN.
Yeah.
Like, you could pick that up. And I don't even watch those.
And I've actually gotten crap for this because I said it in an episode recently. This year will be the first year that, and I consider 3 major parties,
Yeah.
that all 3 major parties will have a check mark on my ballot. I've strayed a little bit back at like here and there, but this will be the first year that I know for a fact all 3 major parties will get a vote on my ballot.
I don't know if I've ever voted for a libertarian.
Really?
I didn't vote for Gary Johnson in 2016.
I did.
And I don't think I had another opportunity before.
Yeah, because I voted for Johnson in 16, and I'm pretty sure the rest, I'm almost 100% positive the rest was
We didn't have one in 2012, did we?
straight party Republican. No. It was Romney. If we did, I don't remember who it was, because that was Romney Obama,
Ooh,
and that was the Ron Paul year.
biggest mistake of my life.
What?
Voting for Romney.
I was about to say you didn't have another choice, but you're weird out of it.
Yeah.
You won't vote.
I routinely go and sign my name and don't vote, like just trying to blood ballot, because everybody on there is horrible.
Garbage. I think it actually shocked some people when I said, because now there's the funny part is a lot of people are trying to figure out the Democrat I'm voting for.
And see, I had it picked out even before you knew.
Yeah,
I knew you were going to vote for even before you knew.
For any locals wondering, no, it is not Kinder Horn. Because I wholeheartedly hope Stephanie Bice wins. CD5, Congressional District 5.
I keep forgetting that you're in that district now.
I'm not.
Oh.
I'm still in 3.
Well, I forgot about that. Oh, you haven't switched your.
Yeah, I switched to over here.
You're not moving into District 5.
No,
Oh.
I'm still in District 3.
I
You gotta go across the river to get to 5.
I was mistaken about how far that district goes.
Yeah, you gotta. I'm in Congressional District 3, which is basically, in case you're trying to figure out where I live, is half the state of Oklahoma.
It's.
Good luck.
I'm really curious now. I hadn't thought about this. I'm wondering what the largest congressional district in the U.S. is.
Wyoming.
Yeah, that of course. I should have known that.
I was born there.
Yeah. Well, that. Sorry, Wyoming people, but nobody lives there.
Hey, there's a whole like 400,000 people there now.
Oklahoma City proper is 1 million people.
Just saying. There's like,
Or not proper. Sorry, the metro area.
the metro area, I think, is 1.8.
Oh, it's grown.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Of course it has.
Yeah.
I think Oklahoma City proper is.
It's like I think Oklahoma
It might
City
be.
city limits is like 1.1.
No, it's not that big. It's not 1 million, or it wasn't a few years ago.
I'm curious.
It hasn't gone up that much, has it?
Dude, Oklahoma City got flooded. I mean, well, the population of Oklahoma is almost 4 million now.
I'm just glad you're googling something for a change. What is it?
I don't know why I like you.
What?
I don't know why I like you. Oh, it's 650.
650. Okay.
649.21.
I was gonna say Oklahoma City proper is probably around 400,000, which is not far off.
Tulsa's 4.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then
The metro is 1.4 million.
wow,
It's up from 1.25 million in 2010.
I think I looked that up in 2017 and it was 1 million or somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's 1.
It's like 1 or 1.
1.41 million. Yeah, it's like,
That's a lot of people.
in all honesty, 600,000 more, or 6 to 800,000 more people, and we'll be the size of Austin. Yeah. Yeah, we're
That's a lot of people for Oklahoma.
yeah. It's Oklahoma City's growing. It's growing fast.
I wonder if that's coming from out of state or in state.
Out of state, guaranteed it. Guarantee it. Because I was listening to somebody else's podcast the other day, and oh yeah, oh yeah, I listen to a lot of other podcasts. But I was listening to somebody else the other day, and they're in the Pacific Northwest, and they said if they ever had to leave, Oklahoma would be where they went.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
And the logic behind it made a lot of sense. There's a lot of people from California and Oregon and Washington moving to Nevada, and moving to Arizona, and moving to Texas.
See, I don't understand a lot of that because
Nobody's moving to Oklahoma.
Well, I think about Pacific Northwest, California, like all those places. That's a big change in scenery going really anywhere but Nevada.
I can see it.
I mean, I can see the population
Southern-
similarity.
Well, you gotta think, if you move to Nevada, you're moving to one or two places.
Yeah,
You're moving to Reno, which is Lake Tahoe,
which then
or you're moving to Henderson County.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Clark County,
Yeah.
Henderson, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Which, outside of an ocean,
Yeah.
isn't that much different than a lot of California.
And moving to Oklahoma from
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah,
they'll hit it here for a couple of years at least.
yeah. You'll hit August and October and November.
Somebody was telling me the other day they used to live in Oklahoma and they moved to, I want to say Vermont or New Hampshire. I think it's Vermont. And they were talking about getting out of, they said escape from Oklahoma. And I thought, that's kind of fair. I mean, I like it here. And they were talking about how terrible it was. And I said, well, I mean, I like it here, but if you're not flying in Oklahoma, I don't know what you're doing.
You also live in BFE.
Yeah.
Like the closest Qdoba to your house is an hour and a half away.
It might be farther than that.
Okay, it's 10 minutes from here.
Oh, there's one in town here?
Yeah,
Oh, of course it's okay. Duh.
it's a college town.
So yeah, hour and 40 minutes.
Mhm.
Didn't even have fast driving.
The closest decent like restaurant. Well, I take it back. There's a couple decent restaurants up there.
Decent.
There's a really good steakhouse up there.
See, I tried it right after it opened.
Yeah, don't.
I need
You
to,
should go back.
I need to give it a second chance. Because that restaurant was terrible. I don't understand how you almost burn a steak on one end and have blood running out of it on the other. Like, and it's not like the outside was burnt. It's like one end of it was burnt.
I don't know.
And I was like,
I need the
what
meat.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I've never done that before.
Their steak sauce is phenomenal though.
I'll have to go back.
Oh my god. If they bottled that, I'd buy it. Like, I told the owner that I'm like, bottle this. I will wholeheartedly buy this.
Do you want me to tell him that?
Yeah, I mean, tell him again. I told him.
You gotta ask him right. You gotta say, you need to bottle this and I'll buy it.
That's
And
exactly what I said.
And when they say okay, you say, no.
No,
really.
it's really.
You take out money, you lay it on the table.
I'm not kidding. Like, I asked for someone to go with me.
And
Yeah.
they didn't give it to you? Did they give it to you? They gave it to you, didn't they?
Yeah.
Don't act like you're special. I get that all the time.
I did get a tour of the kitchen though, and the back offices, and
Okay.
yeah.
I will say, he still says hi to me. And I think it's just because you, like you and I were seen eating together. And he was like, oh. I mean, I don't frequent his restaurants just because.
Well, that's true.
Just because I'm cheap.
I frequented the other one a lot
Yeah.
for a couple of years. But that was before I had kids and I had money. Like, I'm telling you,
Yeah,
when you have children,
I know.
you will never have money again. Like, 'cause I can't tell you the amount of times Like I work 12 hours a day. But the amount of times I will like call my wife to ask a question in the background, all I hear is my daughter going, "Eat, eat." Like, how do you eat that much? What? I know you eat that much.
It only gets worse.
I don't.
Just wait about 10 years.
No, I'm gonna have to like start like sharecropping or something.
When they get into junior high,
Oh my god.
I can still do this if I'm kind of pushing myself. I used to be able to eat two large pizzas just by myself. My dad was like, "Can you please stop eating? Please
Yeah.
just stop."
Stop.
We would go to restaurants that had all-you-can-eat buffets just because of me.
Yeah, I believe. Well, I remember like I could do that too. It was just, I mean, I was not putting like that. Like when I played baseball,
Yeah,
or like when I was playing football, like when I was actively playing a sport,
yeah.
that wasn't even fair to CC's. Because every like we had 3 high schools in the town I grew up in, and everybody would go to CC's.
Yeah.
I'm convinced. So the funny part is, the liquor store up the street from that steakhouse, the guy that owns it, owned the CC's in the town I grew up in, and eventually closed it.
I can't afford this anymore.
Because it's like, I don't know, it was over a year ago. I was in there, and he goes, "Yeah, I used to own a CC's down there." I was like, "The one at this corner, this corner?" He goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Dude, we ate there like every other day when I was in high school." He goes, "You were on one of the sports teams." And just like give you that
It's
look.
your fault. He's not a man, he's a remorseless eating machine.
Because he goes, 95% of people that come into a CC's, he goes, you make money on. He goes, it's like $3 to make the pizza. You will eat half a pizza, and we will charge you $6. Like the time was like $6.
Yeah.
Now it's like 11 or something like that. He goes, but the sports teams would come in, and I really wanted to charge you guys more. He goes, because I knew you'd eat.
When I was in Scouts, we went in. I remember one time we went into a CC's, and we said we had a contest to see who could eat the most pieces.
Yeah.
I think I ate 20 some slices.
Yeah. No, I know.
And the only reason I stopped was because the time's up. Like we had to go.
Yeah. We gotta go.
I'm still eating.
Oklahoma City is the capital of the U.S. state of Oklahoma. It's known for its cowboy culture
What?
and Capitol complex surrounded by working oil wells.
Cattleman's. Or it's Stockyard City, whatever that place is.
Really?
I mean,
That's good enough to be on Google? I mean, that beat the reflecting pool in the empty glass of the memorial. Like, I want to know. It used to be.
would you rather?
We're solely on a side tangent about Oklahoma City now. Oklahoma City is actually 621 square miles.
Yeah, I heard once it's actually the
Largest landmass city in the world.
per capita or just in total.
I at one time got told.
I mean, that's probably true.
And then somebody said, I think eventually Tokyo beat it.
Okay, yeah, but Oklahoma City would still be per capita because Oklahoma has this thing where we build out instead of up. I mean, that's just the way it goes here.
Yeah, we do.
People don't want to live on top of each other. They want to live right next to them, which, as far as I'm concerned, is almost the same.
Well, and the problem now becomes, it's like, okay, it says by area. Because a lot of these are in Alaska. Like Juneau's 3,255 square miles. But is that the actual city limits? I doubt it.
I don't know.
I'm going to have to dig on this. Because by this list, in the continental United States, Oklahoma City is 4th.
What are the top 3?
Jacksonville,
Okay.
Butte,
Okay.
and Houston.
Interesting.
Yeah, the rest are in Alaska.
Houston, I could almost understand because a lot of that area is not. It's not used for people. It's used for other like industrial stuff.
I just like
And
I'm gonna go by city limit size. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and that's an impressive question. How many cities have been engulfed in Oklahoma City? A dozen?
At least. And all their politics still suck. I'm convinced you get large groups of people together, and politics are automatically just going to suck.
I mean, I bring this up with people, and I don't think they really put any stock in it. There's actually a sociological principle for that.
Really?
Yeah, people become more violent and more aggressive, and they actually have a lower birth rate when they get together. I don't want to say people, organisms in general.
I can see that.
There's a term for it. I want to say it's behavioral sync.
People are actually, like, everyone's like, human beings are social creatures. Yes, they are. In small quantities.
Yeah. Having a couple hundred or a couple thousand people together is one thing. Having
1.4 million.
Yeah, that's not natural.
Or if you're in Los Angeles, 20 million.
Yeah. And 20 million people in a smaller area than Oklahoma City.
I don't understand why you don't want to move there.
Because I'm not crazy. No, I'm crazy. I'm not insane.
LA's nice though. Well, parts of it.
Parts of it. There are parts of Oklahoma City that are nice too.
The weather's nice. Like, it was literally 70 some, almost 80 degrees today. You know what's going to be when I go to work in the morning? 35.
My history professor told me once when I was in high school, he said, I remember a certain day, and he gave the date. I don't remember what it was. He said we set the record high and the record low for that day, all in 24 hours.
I believe that. Like, people don't understand that. Like, oh, it's Oklahoma. I'm like, yes. In Oklahoma, everything's backwards.
He said people showed up to this football game around like 6 in the evening.
And it just straight dropped.
He said they were all wearing like shorts and t-shirts. And before the game was over, there were ice on the bleachers. There was ice on the bleachers.
I 100% believe that. Like, if you grow up in Oklahoma, especially if you grow up around Oklahoma politics, you will understand nothing is ever certain and everything is backwards. Meanwhile,
we're so far off topic.
Yeah, but it's all the same topic. It's how do you comprehend, like, how do you get to this moment of are you really winning? Like, that's a bad. I don't know a better way to say that.
Well,
because the problem is everybody thinks they're winning, and in all reality, nobody is.
It's frustrating, especially to me, because you go and you talk to these people and they think they're winning, and it seems like all these people that are emotionally invested, they can't think objectively about what is actually happening. I can tell you Trump's probably going to win.
I don't know.
It's possible that Biden does. I can tell you, Jo Jorgensen, probably not.
No, there's no way JoJo wins.
I would call it a miracle if she did.
There's no way JoJo wins.
I really hope she does.
Because Trump has too many fanatics and too much of a following, and Trump also has an equal amount of haters that don't know about Jo Jorgensen that are just going to vote for Biden. Yeah. I actually, though, the other day read somewhere, I don't remember where now. I read somewhere, though, that having Harris as a running mate is hurting Biden.
I believe that.
Because a lot of people don't think he'll make it through 4 years. And they won't vote for Harris.
Okay.
Which I find really interesting.
Well, you have to understand the dynamic there. It's the same thing that got Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris are in the same subset of the Democrat Party. And I think Joe Biden is there too, but I think people just... I
think Biden's so far meant to get gone.
He used to be in that party. I don't like this term, but establishment is probably the only way to describe it.
Well,
Bernie Sanders is like on the other end of this.
See, the problem is though, in all reality, Harris is somewhere between HRC, Biden, Obama, Harris is closer to Obama, and Obama's closer to Sanders than anybody will ever admit. I'm going to take some heat for this. I guarantee from somebody somewhere down the line. You have two options for president. One's a fascist and one's a socialist. Oh, you can flip both of them.
I mean, it's all the same.
But Trump is a fascist. If you don't agree with him, he will bury you. He will absolutely bury you. Ask Jay Tapper.
Well, and he's not a capitalist either.
He's really not. and he's a megalomaniac, is what he actually is. But you gotta think, like, this is the problem. Trump. You can never say Trump is a true capitalist for one reason. Where's your stimulus check? Speaking of that, I never got mine. Apparently, today was the deadline. It shows you how much I give a shit.
You darn socialist.
I just but it's true. It's that moment in time of like, he signed the biggest socialist thing since the New Deal. Trump is an oligarch, not a capitalist, and so is Biden. In all honesty, because if you
they're all socialists. It's just nobody wants to call everybody that. Trump is a socialist. Biden's a socialist. If he even has a policy anymore. Harris is a socialist. Hillary.
Trump. Here's the thing: they're all socialists as long as it's not their money. Everybody's a socialist until that. Everybody's a socialist until they have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Well, now there's some people. I take that back. I retract my previous statement because there are some people I know some who are willing to pay for it. In principle, I will say in principle.
In principle.
They will. Why can't we pay a little bit more in taxes?
Yeah, but if you
and take care of this, and this.
If you ask them to go fund those things on their own, they won't do it.
No, and the problem is, they honestly don't understand the incompetency of most government programs or agencies or anything.
See, that's the other thing. If they actually saw the budget, they probably wouldn't want to pay more taxes.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, and that's one of those catch-22s of numbers don't lie.
If you're in Oklahoma and you really want to get mad, I'm not even sure if you can find this easily. You used to be able to find it easily. If you're in Oklahoma and you want to get really mad about where your money is going, go look at the CAFR report. Is it Comprehensive Annual Financial Report?
Yeah.
CAFR. Just go find the CAFR report.
Dude.
It's several hundred pages. It'll make you mad. Just go to it.
It's in full color.
It is.
Yeah, they have charts.
I think I printed mine in black and white because I was using
Because you're cheap.
university printing.
I don't know why you printed it.
It was a presentation thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to hold it up and be like, "This is your real budget," because everybody talks about the Oklahoma budget and they're like, "Oh, this 13-page document."
No.
No.
The Oklahoma legislature only controls about 30% of the state budget. The other 70% is predestination and federal funds. And out of that 30% they control, 29.5% of it are controlled by PACs and lobbyists.
Do they really control it though, or does it control them?
They control them.
Yeah.
Just ask the teacher walkout. I don't get me started with the teacher walkout.
We just need to get out of Oklahoma politics right now. Are we winning?
Were you at the Capitol? Did you ever go down there?
For what?
When the walkout was going on at 18.
Trying to remember 2018. I don't think so.
I had to go file.
Yeah, you did. That's funny.
Yeah. And I was in uniform at the time too.
I don't. In 2018, I don't think I did. I mean, I've been to the Capitol a lot, and I have been to teacher events at the Capitol.
Here's the problem. On a national level, what's worse for America, Trump or Biden?
On a national level,
Like, honestly,
Well,
think about that.
are you-
Because either way, you're going to lose.
Are you
Either way.
Joe Biden and Donald Trump run for president? Who loses? America.
America.
If you're asking, are you talking about their policies or the repercussions of them actually getting elected?
All of it.
I don't know.
I honestly, I think Trump's worse.
I'm tempted to agree, but I don't know.
The problem is, I agree with a lot of with that article I read or the video I was watching. You don't know if Biden makes it through 4 years.
I doubt that it does. I mean, there are so many ways that he could leave office, and with how old he is, and with the health that he's in, I could see any of them being very viable.
25th Amendment.
I mean, he could be forced out. He could leave voluntarily. He could legitimately die in that office. The man has had 2 strokes, and he wasn't old when he had them.
Yeah, no, that was literally 30 plus years ago.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to turn 30 in a month.
There are a lot of different ways that Joe Biden leaves the White House.
And I don't think America wants the Harris presidency. I really don't.
I don't want it.
Well, I mean, I'll take that back. Obviously, they don't want it. She ran for president.
That's true. That's true.
Even their own party doesn't want it. Like the person that came out and ripped Joe Biden apart in the first 2 debates was Kamala Harris.
Yeah. Did you see somebody got onto her on Twitter about that, and she made a video that was basically, "We were in a debate. That's what you do in a debate." And I thought, so you lied?
Yeah, I saw something that went along with that. I don't understand, and I get behind this Michael off and say this. I do not comprehend how you're still out there going, rah, 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 my side. I don't get it. I guess I understand it logically because human beings are tribalists.
Well, and the Democrats are even running ads that talk about settling for Biden. And my thought process is that's your campaign? Like that's actually what you're...
That's because they're trying to bring the Bernie Bros back into it, and you're not going to.
No.
You're
But the
just
fact that
not.
they're willing to admit that Biden is not the best choice,
Who was?
American voters they should be insulted by that.
Yeah, but who was the best choice out of the Democratic ticket?
They're the Democrats.
I didn't say anything.
Really great.
Okay, who was the second best choice? We all know who the best choice was. It was the person that won a delegate and didn't get invited to the convention.
I think I have a working theory that Donald Trump might actually be the worst choice. And it's not because of his policies. It's just because
The scariest thing in the world is a second-term president.
yeah, there's that. I wasn't considering that. That's fair.
Like, you think he's unhinged now.
Yeah.
Wait till he's getting to the left to lose. And
If people actually realized how scary that was, Joe Biden might actually win the presidency if people realize how scary that is.
you know what the rumors for 2024 are, don't you?
Harris Pence
Junior.
Jr., Donald Trump Jr. Joking.
No. And that is not. That is an actual decent rumor going around. Like, that is not one of those, haha, Donald Trump Jr. is going to run. No, it's.
The Bushes tried this. The Clintons tried this. Actually, the Bushes did it successfully. The Clintons, you can make an argument that they were successful. I don't think they actually were.
The Kennedys.
You can make an argument that they tried. That
I would make an argument they were successful outside of bullets. JFK would have got reelected in a landslide, and Bobby would have got reelected, or Bobby would have won the presidency, and somebody had shot him too.
If you're talking about the presidency and Congress, yeah, the Clintons and the Bushes have been doing this for a while.
Hell, the Kennedys did too.
This is America, though. We don't have that. Like
This
that's not
is America.
We're not supposed to have dynasties in this country.
You do have dynasties. You have political dynasties in this country.
I was actually really happy when Jeb Bush lost, just for that reason. That is the only reason that I actually was happy about that. I mean, Don't get me wrong, I'm not a Jeb Bush.
I was like, I need to go find you a whole Jeb Bush shirt.
Please clap.
Please clap. Please clap. God, he's such a. I don't want to. Thank God we got the two decent Bushes.
Did you see the meme that wasn't Jeb Bush and it said, "So this is how Liberty dies with no applause."
That's Jeb Bush. Like, Jeb Bush is so awkward. And he's like, I think I'm going to take a break from politics and then run for president.
He's definitely not W.
No, and I like W as a person.
W was a good politician.
W was never actually president, though. I mean, president in office only. This guy named Dick that had the office down the hallway was actually running the country.
It sounds eerily familiar.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Yeah, it
Are
does.
we done yet? This is not making me happy anymore.
No, there's some serious like chatter about Donald Trump Jr. running in 2024.
Thanks, I hate it.
I-
No. No.
What do you mean no?
No.
Well, he's going to keep America great. I'm telling you, if Trump wins re-election and brings back the economy that was a year ago,
That is.
say it. You know you want to. Say it.
I don't want to say it.
It's the economy, stupid.
The economy is the only thing that Donald Trump has done right, and you can make some argument on that because I don't think he's done it right. But
I think another controversial statement.
what goes up?
Must come down, but it also must go back up. I think a lot of Trump's success had a foundation laid by Barack Obama.
Interesting theory.
It's
I'm not going to say that you're wrong. I'm not going to say that
economically
you're right.
wise,
Interesting theory. I've not looked into that.
he did some things in the last couple of years that nobody really noticed.
I mean, if you mean like stimulus packages, yeah.
No, it's once the stimulus packages were off, he did some things that he set Hillary up to have an amazing economy.
Yeah.
If she didn't screw it up. Like Barack Obama set Hillary up to have an amazing economy like Bill did.
Yeah.
Problem was, she lost.
Yeah. Oops.
Oops. And then Trump comes in, and outside of COVID happening, you still have a raging economy.
Well, you could make the argument Donald Trump did the economy right. I don't think he did.
I don't either, because you can't start a trade war and make that argument.
Yeah, and you also have to make the argument that Donald Trump is the one responsible, which I don't think you can do that either. But that's all the Republicans care about is the economy, which is really sad because they actually pretend to care about other things.
Yeah, no, that's all they care about.
If you're voting for Donald Trump, please stop pretending like you actually care about anything other than your money.
Like, the Constitution.
Take the guy's now due process later.
Yeah. They don't agree with me, throw them in jail. You can't be a constitutionalist. And I'm going to say this, Glenn Beck. You can't be a constitutionalist and vote for Donald Trump. You can't even be remotely close. Because he has effectively silenced anybody that disagrees with him. He has said, take the guns, do due process later.
Which is two constitutional issues. That's not just one.
Yeah.
That's two.
Well, and the other side of that is he damn near had people invoking the Third Amendment for the first time since at least 1800. Seriously, think about that. Donald Trump had people making debates and arguments over invoking
The
the
hilarious
Third Amendment.
The hilarious part of that is for the first 2 years of my law school education, that was the joke. Third Amendment, nobody brings that up.
And then it happened.
Surprise.
Hashtag 2020. Like, the idea that a president, let's see, first, second, Third, and I think the biggest one of this is somehow people were talking about suing the federal government over violating the Third Amendment. Fourth, fifth,
I forgot about Jeff Sessions.
yeah,
That's how you get. That's the easy way to get to the fourth.
yeah,
Fifth.
devil's lettuce. That's Jeff Sessions. Like the first five,
Yeah, I don't know if you could. I don't know if you could run through. Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to do some digging to run through the 6, 7. Cruel and unusual punishment. Can you get there?
Yep.
Example.
Kids in cages.
Oh yeah. I did not forget about that. Ninth is the one that every single person on the face of the planet violates, and nobody cares about it. 10th you could get there. Yeah.
So we're at least 80% of the Bill of Rights that you could easily say Donald Trump violated. Meanwhile, you've got people running around. He's the most constitutional president in my lifetime, and you've never read the damn Constitution.
You haven't been alive very long.
Yeah.
I don't know that on this planet anymore.
You know.
What?
The sixth is easy. Take the guns down, due process later.
Maybe. Yeah.
Like I had to actually.
That's jury
No.
trial, right?
Yeah, quick, speedy public, my impartial jury.
Okay. Yeah. You
Also, I will tell you this one too. He reauthorized NDAA. There's a violation of the Sixth Amendment.
Seventh Amendment is civil trials only, I think. I could be wrong, but I think that's civil trials.
In suits at common law where the value of in controversy shall exceed $20, right of trial by jury shall be preserved, and no fact tried by a jury shall otherwise be re-examined by any court in the United States than according to the rules of common law.
I mean, Donald Trump has been sued, so you might be able to get to the 7th. I don't know.
The only one that you question in the Bill of Rights is the 7th.
Yeah.
Like, in all honesty, the only one that Donald Trump has not openly violated.
Or at least talked about violating. He stated a clear policy that he wasn't interested in following it.
The Seventh Amendment extends the right to jury trial of federal civil cases such as car accidents, disputes between corporations for breach of contract, unless discrimination and employment. You've got the 7th.
Discrimination.
Discrimination.
Example.
Crap. What was her name? She worked in the White House. She'd been on The Apprentice. She's an African American female. Oh my God! And she wrote a book that literally was like one of the biggest book flops ever. But I'll tell you the other one, John Bolton. Isn't Bolton the one that just recently wrote a book?
Yeah.
And they sued him and sued him and sued him over it?
Okay, so how do you...
Because all they kept doing was filing injunctions in a civil case to delay it, which violates the 6th and 7th.
Oh, is that the one...
Saying he was releasing classified information.
Right.
And he really wasn't.
It's a stretch.
It's a... Yeah, but...
Newman?
No. I know, it's not a normal name.
Manigault Newman?
No.
Okay. That's the first one that came up.
Dude, you could almost make an argument that he violated the 11th Amendment.
Is that suits between states?
Mm-hmm. The judicial power of the United States shall not be construed to extend to any suit in law or equity commenced or prosecuted against one of the United States by a citizen of another state or by citizens or subject of any foreign state.
And he violated that.
Foreign states.
Maybe. Yeah.
I you can make that argument. Like at some point, let's just go through the amendments and see how much the Trump administration has decided.
Omarosa.
Omarosa, that's
Yeah,
it.
Omarosa Newman. What now?
12th Amendment.
Let's see, 12.
Invalidated it yet. The electors shall meet in their respective states and vote by ballot for president.
Yeah.
Yet.
We will
That
see.
one's coming.
Oh, Amy Coney Barrett, by the way, is. Have you been following that at all?
No!
Okay. I think they may have finished up confirmation hearings today. I haven't watched.
Yes, they did, because they only had 2 days.
Do you know when they scheduled the?
The floor vote?
Yeah.
No.
It was what I heard, it wasn't final, but what I heard was 2 weeks from yesterday, which puts you pretty darn close to the election. One hiccup, and you're talking about
I don't. I don't look it up.
what the date.
Yeah. Romney says he will vote to confirm Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court.
Shocker.
Judiciary Democrats trying.
October 22nd.
Yeah, that's a week from now.
Is it?
It's the 15th when we're recording. That's literally a week from now. Holy cow. Oh my god. Democrats vote to start some versus GOP sets Judiciary Committee vote.
Judiciary Committee officially scheduled to vote to approve Barrett's nomination for October 22nd at 1 p.m.
Okay, that's not the full vote. That's just the
Yeah.
Judiciary Committee.
So, the committee votes on October 22nd.
Yeah.
You've got how long?
McConnell said he expects to bring Barrett's nomination to the Senate floor on October 23rd.
That's fast.
Yeah.
They're not happening. No way.
McConnell, who is in his home state to cast his ballot, said he expects to bring Barrett's nomination to the Senate floor on October 23rd. That time frame would allow her to be seated ahead of the November 3rd election between President Donald Trump and Vice President Joe Biden. Yeah, they're going to do it the next day.
They're supposed to do it the next day. I think there will be a delay. I need to get back into.
You're just trying to ram through justice against your own words in light of everything the president said, and you won't even commit to a peaceful transfer of power, said Senator Amy Klobuchar in Minnesota.
Wow, I am interested to see what happens.
Wow.
What?
This is gonna get dicey. Oh, Tulsi Gabbard, where are you when we need you?
Are you winning, son?
You're not. Like, oh my god. And Facebook and Twitter over here trying to limit trying to limit the distribution of the New York Post story about Biden, and I'm just like, it's out there. It's gone. It's gone. Oh my god.
Does this qualify as an October surprise?
I don't know.
The Biden story, not Coney Barrett. Are we done yet?
Democrat senators tried in vain to derail Thursday's committee hearing. Senator Dick Durbin objected to GOP effort to schedule the vote by noting he was the only Democrat in the room and the rules required 2 members of the minority party to be present. Committee Chairman Senator Lindsey Graham pushed on anyway. If we create this problem for you in the future, you're going to do what I am going to do, which is move forward with the business of the committee. Wow. This is gonna get dicey. Because this is the problem, nobody understands this. If this goes to, one, there was no peaceful transfer of power from Obama to Trump. Just fair warning, I will agree with Republicans on that one. Two, if this is a contested election, you know who decides a contested election? Make one phone call to Al Gore and ask him. I'm serious. Like, the irony that you're about to... This is such bullshit politics at this... Oh my god. Do you still think you're winning? Are you not to the point of damn near the banana republic?
What, me?
This country.
Yeah.
So right now it's a 4-4 split. Ginsburg lasts another couple months, it's going to be a 5-4 split, and they pick Biden. Instead, Ginsburg croaks. Like, rest in peace. He picks the total antithesis of what Ruth Bader Ginsburg was.
It's still a woman.
He picks the total antithesis of what Ruth Bader Ginsburg was, and it's going to ram her through to be seated on the court prior to the election. Therefore, if it was a contested election, the Supreme Court decides, and watch her get sworn in November 2nd. Because she would have to sit on the court before the election to be part of the election, be a part of it. Oh my god. What?
Just
It's legit. It's all legit though, right? Are you winning yet? We'll do part 2 with this.
we are going to lose.
Yeah, we're gonna lose. And we're losing our damn country in the process. And in fact, I think we've probably already lost.
Yeah.
It's just, you get this moment of time where, and you said it perfectly earlier, people are too emotionally invested and emotionally charged to have a logical opinion on the situation. Because they can't remove it. And I've got a situation like personal life right now that makes me understand that. Because I am too emotionally attached to the situation to make a clear, objective decision. And this is the future. When people say this is the most important election of our lifetime, they're right. I'll give them that. They're right. The problem is, you're going to lose either way.
You know, people saying that don't realize
They've already lost. People will look back on history and point to November 3rd, 2020, no matter which way it goes, as to steal words from one of the most socialist presidents ever known to mankind, it'll be a date that will live in infamy. Because you are going to, one way or the other, doesn't matter who wins, fundamentally alter the course of human history. To where you're talking about invoking the Third Amendment. We live in very different times. Screw tagline.
please vote bold, vote gold, Georgia 2020.
You can find Lucas on Twitter at the Lucas Cohen. You can find me everywhere else at Greg J. Engel. Jerry G. J. You can also find me on IMDb.
Gosh, you had.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lucas has hit the mute button and moved away from the microphone. In these very uncertain times, please hear me out when I say this. Fall for nothing. Question everything and be prepared for anything. And with that, till Valhalla, guys. Bye!